I hear you.
Right, Jace.
There you go. I'll hold my camera down and you can have it hard.
Orientation is locked. I don't even know what that means, but there you go. How you doing, Jason?
Okay.
Good lad. Right, Jason, we're here in Weymouth, in sunny Weymouth. Now, amazingly, for the last couple of months, you have been spreading the word of Flat Earth Truth. Tell me where you've been. Tell me how it started.
Okay, so it started first, it was just an idea that Harry had. Well, sorry, I need to go back a little bit further. It started that we were going to do a boat trip. We were going to sail around the UK, around spreading our awareness exactly here, but on a yacht. But for one thing led to another, and bad weather and family problems, personal problems and things, we had to suspend that, and that went to the wayside. So we always had this idea that a UK trip needed to be done.
But just before that, Jason, what we're here to understand is you understood Flat Earth, you've awoken to this truth, and you've given up 4 businesses to go and do this, and which is, it's not, it's a good thing, but the wrench must have been crazy. I mean, 4 businesses. Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So you've done this. You've given up 4 businesses. You're broke, and you've decided to go and do this tour, which consists of what exactly?
Well, this tour is. It was Harry's tour that he was going to do, UK tour. It was going to be just a camping trip right round, and we thought, he can't be doing that. Guy at his age doing a camping trip, knowing how cold it was going to get going round. So it was originally that we were suggested that, or maybe we could get a camper van for Harry. And we were only thinking of a small camper van, just enough for one person. And then in the end, I kind of had this idea that, well, maybe I could join the tour and join him. So I sold my bike.
No.
Yeah. So that went. And put some money in towards it, which kind of started the deposit for the camper van and things. And then we did the GoFundMe, and I reached out to other fellow flat earthers and maybe they could help. And surprisingly, really successful. There is a lot of flat earthers out there that have seen the benefits of this tour and they really do want to help. It's been amazing. Okay, so we started off in Taunton. We went all the way down to Taunton, Exeter, Torquay, Plymouth.
Beautiful parts of the world.
Yeah, we did some really nice, interesting places, and the feedback that we've had has been fantastic. Thoroughly engaging with the public. It's been fantastic. When we got to Truro, it kind of changed a little bit. Then we were getting a little bit more challenging questions, and people were
which is interesting because Truro being in Cornwall, being that they want a duchy and be annexed from the UK, maybe they're a little bit they sort of think for themselves a bit more down there, maybe.
With us as well. It was quite argumentative with Truro. We had some great conversations as well. I actually had a couple of churchgoers say a little prayer for me, put their hands on theirs. Quite embarrassed, but it's, it was okay. Truro was fantastic.
So this is the far southwest tip of the UK.
But Truro was kind of, so we did say Oslo and Truro and that, but Truro was the farthest that I got at the time because I had bad news that my mum was only had days left to live.
Oh, sorry, Jason. Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that? So it was a hard time at that particular time. I rushed off home to be with my mum and kind of abandoned the trip at the time. Family will always come first.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, so I left Harry to it, and so he was on his own. But we had it in mind that there'd be people all around the country that will help and support him and go along with him. But I didn't know how long I would be away, and but my mum held on to the very end, 10 days later, and then there was a funeral and that. And that was good. It was a good time for me to be with my mum. I loved every minute, every last second with my mum, and it was a sad time and that. But when I was and I had 2 weeks of looking at the ceiling, waiting, I thought this time I need to get back on the tour. So I rejoined the tour, but Harry carried on to Penzance.
So Harry had gone on to Penzance and took it on up into Wales.
Yeah, he went to Penzance, down to Land's End, up to Newquay. He was meant to go into Wales.
Right.
He had the breakdown of the van in another challenge. We had the breakdown of the van in Truro, and we lost 5 days, and we had to get that all repaired and things. So we lost Wales basically.
Oh,
We
shame.
couldn't do Wales, so he actually went off all the way up to Scotland to get into Ireland. So we did Carlisle, and he went to Scotland to get into Ireland. The reason he did that is because of Tara. She did you have to wait so many days for your injections.
All right,
before you
okay.
can go over.
Okay.
So we have to wait for them injections, and then.
Goodness me, it's like you're not supposed to be spreading this truth.
That's right. We were fighting against challenges all the time. So once he got into Ireland, he did Dublin, which was amazing, and Galway, Limerick, and Belfast.
All
He
these
got back
people
down.
in all these towns,
Yeah.
it's incredible. So then what happened?
Straight up to Scotland he went, did some places in Scotland, Glasgow and Oban, and up to John
Awesome.
O'Groats. Amazing place. On the way back, I joined him at Huddersfield. I finally thought that I need to get back, and it wasn't so long after my mum's funeral, but I felt a little bit in a stronger place, and
Yeah.
I needed to be here on the tour. So when we got to Huddersfield, because I'd missed a few weeks and that, I decided to throw myself in front of the banners and
really get stuck in.
get stuck in. But I didn't realise that I was going to be surrounded by about 50 kids at a time, and all the kids and that, and they couldn't be calm. It was all mockery. And it was. I felt if they had eggs, they would have.
Yeah.
So it was a huge challenge for me to do Huddersfield, and I felt stronger for it, but a little bit depressed and miffed off. It was hard. So I didn't really enjoy that. But then as we started coming down, and we did, Harry did Newcastle and things, but as we started doing Nottingham and Leicester and all the other places, we started meeting up with so many flat earthers.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
That's really good. I saw some videos of some of the guys coming to
and
help.
that's the buzz that you get when you meet new flat earthers and know that there's like-minded people there. Because we've all got lots of respect for each other, because I know that you've done the research, that I've done the research, and there's a lot of respect there. And the very fact that you're strong enough to come out.
Yeah,
You've got your
it's
rivals
numbers.
to skin out,
That's
and
right.
You're
Yeah.
strong enough to have that conversation.
Let's have it.
That ridicule. So and then coming down we did Cambridge, which was the biggest challenge. Out
Interesting,
the whole
I can imagine. Yeah, university students and everything there, weren't there? You had
three physicists in front of me, one an astrophysicist or something. He kind of looked a bit like Sherlock Holmes, and that. He had his clipboard there, lots of trigonometry, calculus numbers. Oh my God, what am I up against? And it surprised me that you can actually hold your own with these guys.
You can, because you know why, Jason? Because you got the truth on your side. You got the facts and the truth on your side, and that having a fact is absolute, genuine, 100%. Maths, you can't lie. Curvature, you can't lie. There's no way to debunk those two things, motion or curvature. Yes. So they're the biggest armour you've got, and there's no deflecting it. So yeah, excellent.
So after getting Cambridge out the way, we did Oxford as well.
Yeah.
Oxford was a little bit disappointing, I thought, because I was expecting it to be like Cambridge.
Right.
And it wasn't. It was like here, really. It wasn't all that. Oxford, I'm very surprised. But when we got to Bath. Wow, that was like Cambridge.
Yeah, I can imagine. There's a lot of there.
That surprised me, and that's the biggest problem, isn't it? Education.
Well, that's it. Educated enough to not question anything, just to know it. That's it.
Indoctrination. So this is now the last day we've done.
So you did Bath then? Or did you come down into?
We did Glastonbury.
Glastonbury.
With Yeovil.
That's right, Yeovil. I saw Yeovil.
And then
this is it. And then this is the last day, and tomorrow finishes where?
We've hired a school. We thought
Have you?
It had to end in a school because
wow.
It was like, this is what we're all questioning, our indoctrination.
Excellent.
So
the school has allowed it.
So we're some sort of philosophy group or something. we haven't quite.
Sorry, joking. Sorry, that's what you're going in as, a philosophy group.
I think there's something like that. I need to speak to Robin because
Well,
you
might need a plan B when they call the police. How dare you educate our children? Yeah.
Stretched a little bit.
Okay. So, well, listen. Good luck with that, Jason. I mean it, mate. I'm going to continue to do some leaflet stuff, but thank you, mate.
There you go, buddy.
Really good. And I'm going to just show everybody what we're looking at here. And this has been in all those towns that was mentioned, okay? So, and if you look, some of the people showing interest. And we're just going to go with it now. So I'm going to crack on and hand out some leaflets.
I will get a text off him, and I will be the first one to be down there.
How you doing, fella? You all right? What's it all about? Yeah, have a leaflet, fella. What's
It's not a religious thing, is it?
Not at all. No. Unlike science.
The earth isn't flat.
Well, why would you say that?
Because people have been throughout space like that.
Yeah,
They can see the shapes of the earth. You haven't been to
that's very true.
You can argue that the earth is flat.
You can, but I'll give you a thing. There are some proofs. Did you know there's some proofs?
But I think most of these proofs are founded on idealism.
Do you think so? What about things like practical observation? What about things like that? What do you reckon? I mean, that's got to be one of your basic standard scientific methods, yeah? Observable, I think, yeah? Well, come and have a look at this fella, right? This is how you measure curvature. This is what they tell us the shape of the Earth is, and this is how much they tell us it is. They tell us it's about nearly 25,000 miles in circumference. And what they tell us is that there's a mathematical, scientific formula to measure the curvature, because you're on a ball, right? This is the curvature. We've done it here as a printout. It makes it easier, but you can go and research. 8 inches per mile squared is the drop on the curve, okay? So at 1 mile is a drop of 8 inches, okay? 2 miles, it squares itself, so it's 32 inches, and so on. Now, what you'll find is when you start getting out to things such as here, this is on the longest photograph competition in the world. Now, someone's taken a picture here, okay, which is 273 miles away across a flat plain. Now, the thing is, with a ball...
Looking at this, though,
yeah.
the earth is round, you're showing it round, but it's the earth is flat.
No, I'm showing you this is what science tells you how to measure the curve. Yeah, but they tell you how to measure the curve of this ball that they tell you you're on. And the problem is, their own measurement doesn't match out with practical observation, and that's what I was trying to get at. You can see things 273 miles away. Now, 200 miles away, you're looking at 5 miles of curvature. You're looking at something that should be far the horizon line that they tell you there is. And there isn't. And this is the problem. Yeah, there's provable observational techniques like this scientific experiment to measure the curvature of the Earth or to prove the curve at all, you know.
So they are just making up numbers, you say?
They really are, based on a fallacy. Because if you imagine, once you're told the Earth is round and you're told all about it, you teach it, and you teach it to the next person. A bit like how we teach our own kids, I suppose. And through indoctrination of school system and everything else, they teach this. But there are things that you can do to prove the fact that it's not a moving, spinning ball of space. Well, the curvature. You can prove there's no curvature.
It's not like you get to the end of the earth and the sea dragons and fall off.
No. Yeah, come here, look, I'll show you something. Let me show you something. This is currently what we think to be, or currently known as the flat Earth map, okay? This is the landmass that we got. It's not the ball, it's not that. This is roughly what we have. You have all the continents spread out, as you would see. You might not have seen this before. And what you'll find is the North Magnetic Centre point is where all your compasses point to, okay? And everything from that point is south. And this round here is what you might know as Antarctica. It's the massive ice wall that surrounds the disk plane, which keeps all the water in. This is more where you live than any of the fairy tale stuff that they tell you live on. Now, what you've also seen there is this landmass that you've probably never seen this before, but what if I told you you've seen that loads of times? You've seen that hundreds of times and you just don't know you've seen it.
Eternal, it always will be eternal in the universe.
Yeah?
So even when this planet dies, life's going to pop up somewhere else. I don't know how.
Maybe.
I don't know why. I don't think there's a God. But I know that, you know, I think that God's eternal. We didn't come from nothing. We're not going to die as nothing.
Well, that proves one thing that you just said there, which is the Big Bang evolution theory is a load of nonsense, because we didn't come from nothing.
Too many theories around it, isn't there?
I think there is. There's a lot of theories around and not a lot of fact. That's a fact. Okay. Good luck to you, mate. Take care. Bye-bye.
Great job, my man.
You're all right. Hello.
I'm just saying that there's three gentlemen I've never met before, standing here, getting involved, and now they're doing street activism with us. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's good. It's a real good thing.
Good feeling?
No, yeah, it's a good feeling. It's nice to have people showing some interest. I think that's the main thing. You know? Go on, go.
I question God, I know God. Yeah.
Now you tell
We
me.
make God.
Damn.
God in our own image. There is no God. 53% of people in England now don't believe in religion, which is a great thing.
Yeah, but I agree. Religion is a terrible thing. Yeah. Not at 8 inches per mile squared, it's not. Never mind. Sorry, mate. Who are you? What was your name again? Craig. Craig. Hello, mate. All right. Yeah. Come from Dorchester. Out. Sherry. Time is no idea. No.
I'm quite keen to go down the beachfront for half an hour.
Yeah, the sun's out there, isn't it? It's going to get cold here in a minute. We might be moving. Hello, people.
Trying to smash. No, trying to smash.
Do you like a leaflet?
Glue. Excellent. Well, you believe you live on a ball?
I don't really know, to be fair. What's it about? Trying to say you're flat Earth.
Well, it can be. There's only so many shapes.
Yeah.
So if it's not a ball, and we only sense it as being flat or not spinning.
All right, I'm going to have to talk to some people, so I'm going to end it now. I might come back on later on. But this is what it's all about. Well done, Jason and the team. This is how we do it. I think this is a way to get the people that don't look at YouTube. You've got to take it to the streets, you've got to tell them, and you've got to educate them, and you've got to show them and open their eyes. And hopefully they'll take it away, and maybe they'll be here next year. Thanks, guys.